Hey everyone, John here with Photography Life, and today we're going to talk about creating snapshots in Lightroom. Now, you might be wondering, what is a snapshot and why would I want to create one? Well, here's an example for you. Let's say you're editing an image and you can't decide if you like black and white or color better, or maybe you have two different color versions that you can't quite decide between. Well, instead of having to decide, you can save both. You can make a snapshot for each one, and then you can easily go back in and have access to both versions of the image. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to jump in here to Lightroom and show you exactly how to create them and show you kind of a few different options that you have when you're using them. So the first thing you want to do is be in the develop module. That's where you create and use snapshots from. And I have this image pulled up. I've made some edits to it, and I want to go ahead and save those edits as a snapshot. Well, over here on the left under your presets, it's as simple as looking at this little snapshot bar, hitting plus, and you can create a new snapshot. You can name it whatever you want. By default, it's going to give you the date and time you created it, but I'm just going to call this one color 1 and create. And you can see now I have a snapshot down here called color 1. Now, what I want to do, I want to go ahead and make a second color version, but one that looks a little bit different than this. So let's go ahead and just make some tweaks. I'm not going to really edit this one. Ooh, that's too much. Let's just warm it up a little bit, maybe drop the exposure a little bit more. And let's make this one, let's just kind of make it a little bit moodier. I really don't like how warm that is, so let's drop that a bit more. And just to make it really different, let's drop these blacks, and we're going to have just a really kind of dark, moody image. Now, personally, I don't like the way this looks, but you never know. Maybe your clients are into this look and you needed to create this. Let's make another snapshot and call this one color 2. And you can give it more descriptive a title if you want to, maybe color 2 moody, and create. And now we have these two snapshots down here. If I click on color 1, all of my edits go back to how they were before. If I click on color 2, they go back to that other setting, and nothing is really changing. I have access to both of these. So this is a great way, as you can see, if you have two different edits you want to work with, you can go in here and quickly switch between the two. Now let's say this color 2, I want to make some more changes to it. Let's say I think it's a little bit too dark. I want to raise the exposure a bit, and maybe we want to drop that color temperature just a bit more. I don't have to create a third one. If those are the edits I want to keep, I can go in here, I can right click on color 2 moody and just update with my current settings. And now when I switch between the two, I have my updated image here, and I don't have to worry about having snapshots for every single edit that I've made. I can just update the existing ones here. Another way that I like to use snapshots is if I have a black and white version of an image. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's start with this as the base, and let's create a black and white edit. So I'll just click on black and white, and let's just keep it there. We don't have to get too fancy. I can create a third snapshot called black and white. I'll just do BW. And now I have three different snapshots I can work from. I can quickly and easily click on black and white for that version, color 1 for my original, color 2 moody for my second version in color, and you can see I can switch between them all. I can edit them, I can update them, and the really nice thing is these stay with the image in Lightroom. So if I ever want to go and export multiple versions of an image, I can just go click through my snapshots, export them, and I'm ready to go with 3 different edits. Now, as you might have found out in Lightroom, there's always more than one way to do something, so this isn't the only way to have multiple versions of an image. You can also have virtual copies, but this is one thing. If you're just quickly working on an image and you want to go back and forth between a few edits without creating virtual copies, then this is the best way to do it, in my opinion. It's also really nice because you can come back and you can have access to these, and you can just quickly switch back and forth. It gives you a really easy way to see which one you like best instead of having to toggle back and forth between multiple images. If you just want one final image, for me, this is a great way to kind of just get an idea of which one works best for my needs at any given time. Now you'll notice as soon as we created a few snapshots, this minus sign appeared. Let's say we just didn't like the black and white one at all. We can get rid of that and it's just gone instantly. You can also go in here and you can rename a snapshot if you want to. So if I didn't want that called color 2 moody and I just wanted it called, let's say just color 2, I can easily just delete that and change the name. So make it as descriptive or as useful as you need it to be. So let's go ahead and go back in here, change it to my original edit. That is personally my favorite, and we're going to stick with that. If I wanted to, I can delete this color 2, just so there's no question of which edit I like the best. We'll stick with color 1, and that's a snapshot. Now obviously, if you don't work with more than one edit of an image, there's no reason to create a snapshot. But just keep this in mind the next time you're wondering, maybe this image would look good in black and white. Go ahead, create a snapshot with your current edit, make some edits in black and white, see what you think about those. You can always just switch right back with your snapshots if you need to switch back and forth between the two. Well, I hope you found this useful. If you did, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. Also, head on over to photographylife.com where we have a lot more useful photography information. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.